All right, we're going to talk about, we're going to do a little bit of stereo miking techniques. Um, uh, we're going to do XY, we're going to do near coincident, we're going to do ORTF, we're going to do space pair. Unfortunately, I uh, I don't have the mics to uh, I don't have the mics to actually do all the different ones. I can't do Decatree. I can't do mid side. I don't have a Jacklin disc. I can't do binaural. So, I mean, I just don't have those mics. As a matter of fact, the video you're about to see here, I had to actually borrow the church. I do sound at church, and they graciously allowed me to use uh, wireless mics, equipment, cables, mic stands, and they let me actually use, in this particular case, the sanctuary. And I'm in there doing microphone techniques. And the mics that I'm using aren't really the mics. They're not the best mics. They're SM58s, um, which are moving coil microphones. They're not the best, right? And I had to doctor the sound a little bit just to get them to sound pretty good. Just because this is not really the way you know, you'd rather, the other mics that you would rather use besides these. But anyway, this is what I had. This is what they had. And so there you go, right? So I'll just show you right here. Um, um, here we go. So what I did was I went into the sanctuary and I set up the mics. And the first thing I did was I walked through and clapped. And I walked side to side. And I want you to be able to hear the left and right movement, right? And then I actually played the guitar. You'll hear that guitar here in a second. And what I want you to take note is how each different microphone technique sounds a little bit different from the other. And in some cases, it sounds really different. Uh, but so here it is. So let me go ahead and start over again. This is XY. Notice, like from the sheet that that's on Blackboard. This is XY. The microphones at 90 degrees to each other, and the capsules are as close as I could possibly get them. Right. So there you go. I'm looking at another monitor, so forgive me for not looking at you. I'm looking at the monitor here. So let me start at the beginning here, and you guys go hear it. Who's that dork? Notice there's quite a bit of reverb. It's a pretty big room. Um, so you're hearing some reverb. Right? So this is near coincident. So it's basically XY, except the microphones are moved, they're spread apart a little bit. That introduces, well, first of all, XY, there's no time differential. Right? The only cue that your ears get that something is on the left or the right is the fact that it's louder on one side or louder on the other. And if you'll notice, the image isn't really that big. The left to right image isn't really big. All of a sudden, if you notice this one here, it is a little bit bigger. You're going to hear, there's XY. You're going to hear all of a sudden, especially the reverb sounds bigger and the guitar sounds a little bit wider. And again, that's because of that time differential. Here you go. Do that. The mics are about 7 inches apart. So this is ORTF. It's basically near coincident, but now the microphones, instead of pointing this way, they're pointing outwards like this. This is actually a better way. You'll notice that it sounds, you can hear the sound is a little more accurate. The only thing here is that I didn't switch the mics around. So the image is going to go left to right, and my body's moving right to left, right? But anyway, close your eyes. Pretty distinct left to right. Okay, so this is spaced pair. You don't see the mics. The mics are really far apart there. They're like on the other side of that pew right there, but they're really far apart. So if you notice, I'm going to go back a little bit. You'll notice, you'll notice that as I'm walking and clapping, that the other ones, the transition was pretty smooth left to right. This one is kind of weird. It stays on one side and then really quickly kind of moves over to the other side. And there you go. All right, see you guys in class.